Well, if you're thinking about being insecure, think about how the Crusaders are feeling right now. They're about to come up against the Waratahs. So, hate to be them. Speaking of the Crusaders Waratahs, that's in Christchurch at home for the Crusaders. New injuries to report. We've got Sione Havili Tui, who was pulled pre-game with we don't know what yet. Mitch Drummond had a HIA pretty much at the end of the game. We don't know whether he passed that or not, but should probably be going through the return to play protocols. The Waratahs, Taleni Siu was meant to be back, but he was pulled pre-game, had his shoulder injury that kept him out for 2 weeks, kind of flare up a bit. And yes, Isaiah...
He would be back too.
He'll be back?
He did assure us that he'll be back.
Harry Nelson ran him down. Cool. So he'll be back. And then Parisi with a back injury during the game. And we don't know the significance of that yet, but stay tuned.
Looked very
returning in this one, Sam Whitelock, we think will be back from his Achilles. It was kind of like a very minor Achilles knock or something, and they just rested him on the side of caution. Ethan Blackadder back from his torn calf. Quinton Strange turns out didn't break his hand, so will be back. I think he's only been out for a week or two. And Ollie Jaeger, I think, just had some massive cut gash on his head, which they gave him an extra week to let the stitches kind of come together, I guess. So they'll be back. The Waratahs, Tane Edmed, back from his injury in round 4, which was a stress fracture to the something. I'm writing as Harry types it out, but he stitched me up and didn't finish typing it out. So a back stress fracture. Okay, good. Jack Bowen coming back from a shoulder injury. Tom Lambert from a knee injury in round 9. Taleni Siu, as we said, shoulder, and Lalakai Fuketi, who did his ankle. I think he just rolled his ankle in round 12. So
I can't believe that we've been given Nisbet crap for his pronunciation, and then you don't give Taleni Siu the respect that he deserves to pronounce his name properly.
That's true, and I denied myself the fun of saying it. That's very true. Well, as I said, look, if I was the Crusaders, I'd be feeling very insecure and quaking in my boots. It has been 19 years since they've let the Waratahs win it has been 19 years since the Waratahs have won in Christchurch. So this is the week. Obviously, that's how we feel, right?
No.
All right. Nels, do you want to take us through?
It's a 19-year hoodoo for like pretty much every team, to be fair. But guys, look, I think there's going to be some rotation around the locks. Is probably the big one. I've said Scott Barrett's dog roll's about to have a rest. Sam Whitelock obviously straight into the starting side. Zach Gallagher had a blinder against, albeit Moana last week. And we said Quinton Strange will be fit as well. So I think that could, I feel like maybe Strange back to the bench, but, on form, if he was fit, he'd obviously be picked above Gallagher. And Tamati Williams has just played such a huge role for the team this year. If Ollie Jaeger's back, I think he might go straight into the starting spot.
Yep, that's what I suspect. Because he's literally played almost at like insane minutes in every game. So could see that. Cody Taylor, he should just be back and starting unless they want to keep resting him because Brodie McAllister had been doing a great job in the 2 starts that he's had. And then I guess that takes us to the outside backs. Look, after a couple of rests, I think David Havili's clearly starting at 12, and the question there is just, has Braden Ennell been playing good enough, or does Jack Goodhue reclaim his 13 jersey? I'm getting some nods from Nels. Harry, give me a yes or a no.
I thought Goodhue looked really good last week, so yeah, I reckon he'll probably get another run. Best game in a long time.
Yep, no, I tend to agree with you. So I think we'll finally see the Havili-Goodhue combo back there in the centres. Fainganuku, Leicester, who'll be back after his rest last week, back into 11. Will Jordan has been crushing it back in the 15 jersey. The last question for the Crusaders this week is, who wears the 14 jersey? Options are probably Dallas McLeod, Macca Springer, Che Fiaki, or if you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see Harry doing the motions. The player we all want to see, Milani Nanai. Settle down, please.
Also in your background as well.
He's also on either side of me. It's
definitely not going to be Milani Nanai. I'm going to put my money on McLeod because they seem to be loving him at the moment.
Me too, and he is enormous. He's the man.
He's
very good. Nels, Waratahs, take us through them.
Hoops is going to get his rest after this long period of time, seeming never getting a rest, and I think he needs it. Gamble will be a straight replacement for them. We've also got Holloway, who needs a rest. We've got HJH, who needs a rest, and we've got Archer Holtz fit back again. Parisi, Dono, Gordon have started every single match. Now, we have the inside word that, most of those probably won't be rested in terms of Wallabies resting protocols. Hooper definitely is. Holloway, we're thinking, will be next week instead. But then also Coleman came out after the win last week saying he's going to rest some stars. So we only know one confirmed star, Hooper, being rested. So we could well see some other guys missing.
I think Jake Gordon's probably your other one. If one of those, Parisi's going to be injured anyway with his back. So I think Dono unlikely to get a rest with Tane just coming back from his wrist fracture. And Jake Gordon, he's probably your guy. He's probably your second one.
Look, I think the thing is, what we're probably going to see is Payne won't be rushed into 10. I know you guys not sure what's going to happen there. I think more than likely we're going to see Dono at 10. We'll still see Yorgo starting at 15, but we'll see Tane Edmonds shift into 10 with Donaldson going to 15 towards the back end of the game to give Yorgo at least some reduced minutes, and then maybe we see Jorgensen get a rest next week.
I hate that idea, to be honest. Only because it may well be what happens, but only because I don't think Dono went very well at 15 at all. It's just not his position. I would far rather than Namani Dolo come off the bench, push to one wing, and then get like Markey or Peach at the fullback for the last little bit of the game.
Mark.
I totally agree. Any situation when Dolo ends up on the field, I'm all for it. So, you know where I stand.
And it's against his old team as well, mate. Isn't that just poetry?
Absolutely. He scored many a try in that corner, but in the blue jersey would be fantastic. Teddy Flanagan returned from the bench last week. With him and CU back, how do we see the locks / back row shaping up? Do we see just Holloway, Flanagan straight into the row, a back row of CU, Gamble, and Gleeson?
Yes.
Yep.
And then that means Will Harris to the bench?
Yeah. Harris to the bench. He can cover a couple. Yeah. Yep. Hopefully not Harrison Sinclair on the bench. We need, I want to have a bit more punch. And if they're both your kind of lock / back rowers, it's not that thrilling. But I don't know who to chuck in there.
Agreed.
He's been so serviceable. I find it hard to think that they're just going to hunt him out of the 23, though, considering he can cover 4 to 8 for them, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Nels, how do you see this game going? Give us your tip.
Mate, one last thing. For Keddy back to 12, if we've got no Parisi, who plays 13? It's Tuipulotu for me. He's there 13. He's there more like for like.
Yep. Yeah, I think Nelson's just dropped out. I think his computer died because he doesn't own a battery. But Joey Walton and Masesi Tuipulotu, we've been talking about the balance of where they fit in as the reserve back rowers. I think Walton's a 12, Tuipulotu's a 13. So if Parisi's out, I think it's pretty straightforward. You're going to see Masesi at outside centre, outside of Feketi. And you know what? I'm excited to see him get a chance.
I agree. I was going to say, you know how Masesi's a 13. His brother Sione is clearly a 12. I'd love to see both of them combined in a team for 1 point. That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah, in Australia.
Yeah, in Australia, please come back. That would be very good.
Nelson's just thrown his tip out there, genuinely. I know we stitch you up every time you're not here, but Nelson's just thrown out Tars by 3.
Tars by 3. I reckon now that Nelson's dropped out because he's run out of battery, that maybe he doesn't get this pod cap. I think we have to strike it from the record. I think
it wasn't the ball. It's got to be at least 50%, so we're just going to drag this out on dessert.
Yeah, exactly. You thought this was a short pod, but no, no one ever thought this was a short pod. All right, Nelson's gone by Tars by 3. I'm going to go. Wait, what? Tars by 3? Did he actually say that? Sorry, I've never.
Yes, that did 100%.
Because I saw that, I heard that, and I thought, all right, how much am I backing the Tars by? Until I realised who they're playing again. The Crusaders are going to win this game comfortably, unfortunately, and it's going to be probably by 15 points.
Yeah,
going easy.
I'm with you. I think you're going easy on them. I was a bit worried about how big this could go. The Tars are in a good vein of form, but they've been playing easy teams for that vein of form. They can turn up and they can really put the heat on the Crusaders for a while. So I'm going to pray that happens, but I still think it'll probably blow out to, I'm going to say, just despite you, 16 points.
You knew I'd hate that.
The outlier.
Very good. You got me.